Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Crafting with Holly. I wanted to pop in here and share with you how to take the digital files from these art collections that Close to My Heart has created and how to put them together with your own little added twist. And so I'm going to take the Sweet Memories one and show you my little take on it, featuring some pictures from my recent trip to Disney World. And specifically, we went and spent the day in downtown Disney, which is now called Disney Springs, but in my heart, it will always be downtown Disney. And we went to this amazing cookie store called Gideon's Bakehouse. And if you've ever been there, drop your comments down below. Tell me which one was your favorite. Oh my goodness, we had so much fun. I didn't mind waiting over an hour to get into this store. And this was the February list. And I'm going to show you how to make a pocket out of it using our 3D foam tape. And we're going to add a pocket behind this card. So this is going to be one of the interactive pieces that I want to share with you today. And then on top of that, I had so many pictures and they were all so important to help tell the story that I couldn't not put them in here. And so I'm adding tons of flip-flaps. This is going to be a very interactive page. And then I wanted to share with you, this is one of the cards that was in the cookie box. And I cut a frame out of cardstock, and simply I'm going to mount this on here because I want to put this inside a flip-flap and be able to have the back of it showing. So I thought that was kind of clever and it's something different, and I've never done that before. And I was like, let's give it a stab, and it actually worked. So let's go ahead and I'm going to assemble the left page first, and then we will assemble the right page. And I'll get that glare out of there with the flip-flaps. I'm going to set this off to the side for a second. And what I love about these digital art collections is that you can use solid cardstock in ways that you never thought you could. And you don't really need a lot of pattern paper to kind of decorate the page. So I'm using very little pattern paper. In fact, I'm only using just a little strip of this camera paper that I had left from the Sweet Memories collection. And the rest of it is solid cardstock. And if you've never used our digital collections, they are really easy to use in either a silhouette or a Cricut Design Space. I love using Design Space. I'm adding this little strip 1 inch from the bottom of that charcoal paper. And then we're going to go ahead and get these photos where I want them. But let's build this wonderful little window. And I want this to stick out like this so that people know to pull this out. And I didn't want to put it in a flip-flap. I thought it would be really fun to just do a pocket. And they're super quick and easy to do when you build them with our foam tape. And I'm going to just set this down here like so. Just line that up like that. And then I'm going to use the narrow foam tape, which I haven't used before. So let me get that adhesive off of it. And I'm going to turn this so that I can see what I'm doing. We just had midwinter break in Michigan. And then we'll be having spring break soon. But we had such a wonderful time. My kids are much older, and I thought that they would maybe be tired of it, but my girls went with us. The boys had to work, and we had just such an amazing time. It really was such a great trip. I love having adult children. They are so fun to be with, and we laughed so much, and it was just so fun to experience things with them as adults versus as little kids. So I'm gonna just attach those like that. I'm gonna put that in after. I'm gonna peel off. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna stick just a little bit more foam tape down here at the bottom because I want to create some stability for this. So let's just do that. And then once we do that, I'm going to go back to the picture from the catalog and show you. So this is straight on, and this is actually straight on too, but you could always, okay, I want to make sure that this is about probably at the 10-inch mark, I'm going to guess. And about 1 inch in, just like that. Now I'm going to slide that little card right down in there. Isn't that so cute? And then we're going to go ahead and attach this right over next to it. I really should put some adhesive on that Versamat just to make sure that it's straight. This doesn't look like it's straight. That's the hardest thing about paper crafting and trying to record, is that you always want to, let me get that out. It's hard to be right on top of your projects and not hit the camera, so I apologize for that. There we go. Okay, and now I want to tuck this cute little film strip. Oh my goodness, I've totally lost my train of thought what this was. Oh, whoever remembers what this is called, drop it down in the comments below for me. I totally forgot what it's called. It'll come to me. I'm sure it will. Oh my word, I loved having this as a kid. And this is going to get tucked behind there. And then there are these stars that I cut. These are all part of that Cricut file. Well, it's actually they're SVGs that you can upload into any cutting system. So they can go into Cricut, they can go onto your Silhouette. And I am just going to attach these after I get the story, which is going to go right here. And then I cut the. So in the original one, it says our story. And I was like, no, that doesn't make any sense. But I wanted to tell the story about these amazing cookies. So I am going to use my tweezers. And I'm going to pick this up, and I'm going to just use some of our liquid glue here. And even though I have this popped up a little bit, it'll be okay, because I'm going to just put some glue on this, and then I'll let the rest of it lay. And I see that I need to get that little piece of paper out of there, right in that little spot there. Okay, that came off nicely. I'll wipe that off over there. Okay, and I want story to just lay just like that, and I'm okay with it kind of falling over onto the picture. And then I'm going to just pick up all of these, because we're going to tuck in the right in there. And again, I'm just going to use a little bit of adhesive, and I want the to just rest right next to these. And if you ever find when you're putting your letters on there that you get some extra adhesive where you don't want it to be, you can just take a cloth and kind of pat it off. I'm going to just stick that on there like so. And I've got some paper towel right here, and I'm just going to pat that. And I think that's going to be all right. Okay, and then this camera icon is so beautiful. We're going to use some foam tape to pop that up. So many fun things you can do with these icons. And I love using foam tape to just add a little bit of dimension. Just like so. And this is going to kind of come off like right there. And I may have to use just a little bit of more foam tape just to kind of build that up a little bit because of that. So I'm just going to layer a couple more pieces on here and we should be good. And probably I'll take this one off. It's not necessary to probably have that big one on there. And I'll just add that little extra foam. And then before I tack that down, I'm going to put that film strip under there. I'm just going to attach a couple of glue dots on here as they stick to me. Super sticky. I love glue dots. Okay, that is going to go just like that, and I think it's going to come out just a little bit more. There we go. And then the Y can kind of touch on there like that, and then that is going to sit just like that. Perfect. And then I'm going to use a little bit of liquid glue to get my rose on there, and let me just line this back up where it belongs. Perfect. Okay. Now let me just hold this and we'll just get a little bit of adhesive on there like so. And I'm going to turn this around and line that back up. And then he fits perfectly onto that part, and I'm just going to wipe off some of that extra glue, take my adhesive, and now let me line this up correctly. And I apologize if you see my head, but I am looking to see how that lined up originally, and I'm pretty sure, there we go, that's how it works, just like that. Okay, and then there is a flourish on this one. And it's actually already there. This is for the second page, so is that, and so are those little guys. Now I can get my stars on here. We've got one star over here on this side. Let me grab some adhesive, and this is just coming off of the photo like that. And then these are going to come over on this side. And let me just get this on there. And one is over here. And then these two little guys are on the light side of Mink. Whoops. And one of them is going to come over here. And let me get the other one. Get a little bit more adhesive on there. And that one is going to kind of sit right there. And then my flip flap will go on here and flip up, and I'm going to do my journaling on here. So that is the first page. And now let me move this stuff out of the way, and we will bring in the second one and get this lined up. And you will see how quickly these come together. They really are so quick and easy. So let me get my pictures. Let's get this lined up with this. Get my adhesive. And let's get this page lined up. Whoops. Because I do like to line these up with each other. Just like that. Perfect. And now let's get this on there. Whoops. I will get this one lined up. And there we go. I love this camera paper. It is so pretty, and it's just subtle enough. Okay, and then look at how cool this is. It says photogenic on it, and that's one of the pictures from inside. Let me get all of these. These are all the pictures from the place, and this is going to go up there, this is going to go down there, and this is going to go there. And if you look on the idea or the layout of this, these are kind of tucked in together like this, just like that. And again, like I said, I'm going to be using a lot of flip-flaps on here. Every single picture. You can tell I loved it. That was their cookie of the day. And they have a cookie of the day in the morning, and it's a coffee cake cookie. And it's only available in the morning. And then at night, they have an evening coffee cake cookie that's only available in the evening until they sell out. And that's why I had to get there and wait in line, because I was going to try this cookie. And, oh my goodness, it was so incredible. Okay, and then this one is going to go up there. And then, like I said, this is my flip flap for this. And I'm just going to use some liquid adhesive. Ever so carefully, I'm going to just create a little border around here, just on the inside, so that it'll stick to my white daisy cardstock. It's nothing fancy, whoops, but it really was a cool idea to create that mat for this card so that we can still enjoy it and we can still see what it says without having to, whoops, I put this on the wrong, it should have been a little bit higher. Okay, let me grab that tissue that I had over here, and we're gonna try and clean this up. Should have been a little bit further out. It still may work because I still need to attach this card. So let me see if we can do that like that. Let's see if that'll work. Oh, and see, it actually kind of gives that a little bit, well, let's see, I really want it to be like this. So I think this still might work. Let's just put this right on the outside. And see how that holds up. And while that is drying, I am going to go ahead and start getting these other pieces. Let me just set this over here to the side and let it dry. And then something else that I also did was I cut this out of a Cricut cartridge that I have owned for years and years. And originally it was going to go over here, but I think it's going to fit better over here. And then I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, I might not even use that now because I might not have enough room. Okay, let me grab my glue dots. And looking at the example, this little guy, let me grab my scissors here so I can lift this up. My scissors are going to help me, because we are going to tuck this in just like so, just like that. And then we're going to attach this beautiful flower. So let me get a little bit of adhesive on this. And let's see, we want this on the light side. And I want to match this up again. Let's see. I think I almost had it. Nope. we go. This takes a couple seconds to find its place. That is going to go right there. I'm going to just try and move a little bit of that glue dot so that it's out of the light. Still should be fine. And then this is going to come right underneath. And actually, I think it will live under the adhesive that's already on here. So let's just kind of tuck him in just like that. And then this little guy, we'll get some adhesive on him. And he is going to sit just like that. And then we're going to add these stars. And I actually put some stars over on this side and over here, just to kind of balance it out, because I did not do the circle that was over here in the example. So we actually are going to use my scissors and we're going to tuck that one right under there because it didn't cut very well on my machine. Word to the wise, make sure that your blades are nice and sharp on your Cricut machine before you start cutting your cardstock. Mine, I think, needs to be replaced, but I was like, okay, let's try and get this project done before. And there's those stars. Those are going to go there. This little guy is going to get tucked into my flip flap, and it'll end up being like a bookmark or a bookend. You know what? Let's do it the other way. And that way you can still read the little card. And it's going to go on the outside of that one. So this one will flip open this way, and then this one will flip open that way. And that way you can read the story. And then those are done, and then all we need to do is just add these stars. So this one is going to go like that. And then these two little guys are going to get some adhesive on them. And these are going to go, one is there, and one is going to come up there, just like that. And now these are ready for me to put into my page protector, and I've got my flip flaps, and I'll be able to get my journaling on here, and that is a fun project. I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope you saw how quick and easy these digital collections are. Remember, they are in your account under your digital files, and then you just download them to your computer, and then you can upload them into Design Space or your Silhouette or whatever cuts your SVGs, and you can create another beautiful, fun layout using cardstock and very little paper, pattern paper. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys, and thank you so much for continuing to support this channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. I'd love to know what you learned and what you loved. Thank you.